Hey, let's talk about the thing you don't say out loud. You're here because somewhere, right now, someone you loved is loving someone else, and you're watching it happen. Maybe it's across a room, maybe it's through a screen, maybe it's just in your head, playing on repeat. The way you imagine them, laughing at jokes that aren't yours, building a life in spaces where you don't exist. I want you to know something before we go any further. What you're feeling right now isn't small. It isn't petty. It isn't something you should be over by now. This specific pain, watching someone give to another person what you desperately wanted them to give to you, this might be one of the loneliest feelings we ever experience. Because you can't tell anyone how much it hurts without sounding bitter, jealous, like you haven't moved on. But you're not bitter. You're grieving. There's a difference between knowing someone doesn't love you anymore and seeing them love someone else. The first is abstract. Painful, yes, but contained. You can tell yourself stories. Maybe they're just closed off right now. Maybe they need time. Maybe they'll realize. But the second is evidence. Evidence that they can love. They're just not loving you. Evidence that all those things they said they couldn't do, be vulnerable, commit, show up, try harder. Apparently they can do those things, just not with you. And that hits different. Because now you're not just dealing with loss. You're dealing with a question that feels like it's etched into your bones. What did they see in someone else that they couldn't see in me? Here's what I need you to hear. The person they're loving now isn't better than you. They're just different from you. And that difference met them at a different moment in their life. A moment when they were ready for something new, or scared of something old, or trying to become someone they haven't figured out how to be yet. The timing, the chemistry, the wounds that lined up or didn't line up. It's not a hierarchy. It's not a report card. It's just the brutal randomness of human connection. I know that doesn't make it hurt less. In some ways, it might make it hurt more. Because if there's no reason, no clear deficiency you can fix, then what do you do with all this pain? You feel it. Every gentle thing they do for this new person that they didn't do for you. Every bit of patience. Every act of showing up. You're seeing a reflection of what you were begging for, what you deserved, what you tried so hard to earn. And the mirror is showing you, with devastating clarity, that it was never about earning it. They just weren't ready to give it. Not then. Not to you. Maybe they're ready now. Maybe they've grown. Maybe this new person doesn't trigger the same fears you did. Maybe the pressure is different. The patterns are different. The story they're telling themselves is different. Or maybe, and this is hard too, maybe they'll repeat the same patterns with this person eventually. Maybe what looks like love from the outside is just the honeymoon phase of the same dysfunction. You don't know. You can't know. But here's what you do know. You showed them who you were, what you needed, how you loved, and they couldn't meet you there. That's the truth. That's the only truth that matters. Not because they're bad, not because you're deficient, but because the two of you together created something that didn't work. A chemistry that couldn't hold, a timing that was off, and now they're trying something else. Let them. I know part of you is sitting there thinking, but if they could just see me now, if they could see how much I've changed, how much I've learned, how I'm not the same person who made those mistakes. Stop, listen to me. That fantasy, the one where they come back, where they realize what they had, where they see you with fresh eyes. That fantasy is keeping you in a prison. Because as long as you're oriented toward their recognition, their validation, their eventual epiphany about your worth, you're still giving them power over your story. I know part of you is sitting there thinking, but if they could just see me now, if they could see how much I've changed, how much I've learned, how I'm not the same person who made those mistakes. Stop. Listen to me. That fantasy, the one where they come back, where they realize what they had, where they see you with fresh eyes, that fantasy is keeping you in a prison. Because as long as you're oriented toward their recognition, their validation, their eventual epiphany about your worth, you're still giving them power over your story. You're still waiting for them to tell you that you were enough. But you don't need their confirmation. You were always enough. The relationship wasn't enough. The timing wasn't enough. The combination of who you both were in that moment wasn't enough. But you were always whole. That might sting. Watching them love someone else is also showing you something about yourself, about patterns you might be repeating. Were you chasing someone who couldn't see you clearly? Someone who was unavailable, ambivalent, just out of reach? Because sometimes, not always, but sometimes, we fall in love with people who reflect back to us the precise ways we abandon ourselves. People who withhold the way we withhold from ourselves. People who are critical the way we're critical of ourselves. People who can't commit the way we can't commit to our own worth. I'm not saying this to blame you. I'm saying this to free you. Because if you can see the pattern, you can choose differently next time. You can ask yourself, am I attracted to this person because they feel like home, or because they feel like the familiar ache of trying to earn love? There's a difference. And learning to feel that difference, that's the work. That's how you make sure this pain wasn't wasted. I want to talk about the grief for a moment. Because you're allowed to grieve this. You're allowed to miss them. You're allowed to feel the unfairness of watching them become a better version of themselves with someone else. You're allowed to be angry that they didn't fight for you the way they're fighting for this new person. That they didn't try the way they're trying now. You're allowed to feel all of it. But here's what I also want you to know. You're grieving a fantasy as much as you're grieving a person. You're grieving the relationship you thought you'd have, the person you thought they'd become, the life you imagined building together. And that version never really existed, not in the way you needed it to. It existed in moments, sure, in glimpses, in the potential you saw so clearly. But potential isn't the same as reality, and you can't build a life on someone's potential. You can only build it on what they're actually able to give. They weren't able to give it to you. For whatever reason, their own wounds, their own fears, their own unfinished business. They couldn't show up the way you needed. That doesn't mean you are asking for too much. It means you are asking the wrong person. How would you actually move forward when every day feels like a fresh reminder that they're out there, happy, building something new while you're still picking up pieces? First, stop watching. I mean that practically. Unfollow, mute, block if you need to. Not out of anger, but out of self-preservation. You don't need to bear witness to their new life. You don't owe your heart that daily violence. Every time you check, every time you look, you're reopening the wound. You're telling yourself a story that keeps you small and them powerful. Stop giving them that space in your mind. Second, let yourself feel it when it comes. You're going to have moments at 2 a.m. in the middle of a good day, when you hear a song or smell something familiar, where the grief just hits you. Don't run from it. Don't shame yourself for it. Sit with it. Breathe through it. Let it move through your body like weather. It will pass. I promise you. It will pass. Third, redirect that energy toward yourself. All that love you were pouring into them, all that attention, that hope, that effort, turn it inward, not in a self-help bubble bath kind of way, though sure, that too if it helps, but in a deeper way. Start asking yourself, what do I actually want? What do I need? Who am I becoming? Use this pain as information. Let it teach you about your own patterns, your own fears, your own growing edges. Let it show you where you need to love yourself harder, set better boundaries, stop settling, stop chasing people who can't see you. And fourth, this is the hardest one. Start believing that your story isn't over. I know it feels like it is. I know it feels like you missed your chance. Like this was your person, and now you're just wandering in the aftermath. But that's not true. What's true is this. The relationship that didn't work had to end, so the one that will work can begin. Not tomorrow, maybe not even next year, but eventually. And when it does, when you meet someone who can actually meet you, who doesn't need to be convinced or chased or fixed, you're going to understand why this one had to end. You're going to see that you weren't losing your future. You were finding it. I'm not going to tell you that everything happens for a reason. I'm not going to tell you this pain is a gift. Sometimes things just hurt. Sometimes people leave and love other people, and it's devastating, and there's no cosmic lesson that makes it okay. But I will tell you this. You're stronger than you think. You're more resilient than this moment allows you to feel. And one day, I can't tell you when, but one day, you're going to think about them loving someone else, and it won't break you open. It might make you sad. It might make you wistful, but it won't shatter you. Because by then, you'll be in a different place. You'll have built something new. Not just a new relationship, though maybe that too, but a new relationship with yourself. A relationship built on the understanding that your worth isn't determined by who stays or who leaves, by who loves you or who loves someone else. Your worth just is. It was there before them. It's here now. It'll be here after. And the person who's meant to see it clearly, who's meant to cherish it, who's meant to build something real with you, they're not going to make you wonder. They're not going to make you chase. They're not going to choose someone else. They're going to choose you, clearly, consistently, without hesitation. And you're going to choose them back, not because you need them to complete you, not because you're trying to fill the hole this person left, but because you're whole, and they're whole, and together, you build something that actually works. So for now, feel what you feel. Grieve what you need to grieve. Be gentle with yourself in the hard moments. But don't stay here. Don't build a home in this pain. Don't let their new love become the thing that defines your worth. You're so much more than this moment. So much more than their inability to see you. And one day, you're going to look back at this version of you, the one sitting here right now, heartbroken and raw, and you're going to feel so much tenderness for what you survived. You're going to make it through this. I promise. You're going to be okay.